Hello and welcome to Pineapple Support and Fancentro's virtual happiness retreat. My name is Kelly and I work for Pineapple Support. Pineapple Support is a non-profit organisation that provides mental health resources to adult industry performers. If you want to find out more about what we do, you can head over to our website, which is pineapplesupport.org. And if you're feeling extra generous when you're there, you can hit the donate button to help us continue what we do. Today, we're going to pay homage to the International Day of Happiness and bring you a few presentations from some wonderfully inspired women. First up, we have Hannah Lilly, personal friend and spiritual goddess. Hannah is a trauma-informed therapist, and she's going to be bringing you a presentation on visioning your life. Hello, Hannah. Or you need to take yourself off mute, sweetheart.
There we go. Amazing.
There you go.
Thank you so much for that dreamy introduction, Kelly.
Thank you. I'll hand you over and I'll see you guys later. Thank you ever so much, Hannah.
Thanks, guys. Well, welcome, everybody. I've been looking forward to journeying with you all this evening and really taking you on a journey to understand what happiness means to you and how you can cultivate your authentic version of happiness. So my name is Hannah and I'm a therapist, and even though I have these traditional modalities within my work, I also like to bring in an element of neuroscience and spirituality, and this combined will take you on a journey to wholeness. So today we're going to be looking at what happiness means to you, what might be blocking you from your own happiness, and how you can authentically cultivate your happiness in alignment. So we're going to be going on a vision journey, and like any vision journey, you really want to make sure that you're going to be in dreamy, tranquil surroundings. So this is your invitation to get somewhere comfortable, get some layers, get some cushions, blankets, whatever it is you need to make sure that you can have a fully immersive experience. You'll also need a journal and a pen. So just take a couple of moments to get those items so you're all ready for this session today. Now, happiness, wow, what a massive topic. And I'm sure this is one thing that we are all looking to cultivate more of in our life. But before we really dive into the theme of happiness, I think it's really important that we just turn our attention towards the idea of duality, you know, the opposing things. With lightness, we have dark, and actually we need sadness in order to have happiness. And I'm sure that I'd be speaking for many people that we do hold ourselves up to quite high and unrealistic expectations of ourselves. And sometimes when we don't meet them, we then end up condemning ourselves because of that. So this is just an invitation to really check in with you and your expectations over happiness, and to realize that this is something that is going to be ebbing and flowing. And this journey is not about setting expectations about being happy all the time, but it's realizing that life will give us this multitude of intelligence through the darkness and through the light. So we're going to dive right in, and I just invite you to get comfortable. I'm just going to get us grounded and reflecting into what happiness means to us. So first of all, just take a seated position. Just make sure your spine is elongated. Just rest down the shoulders. You might want to give them a wiggle and just move out any tension that you might be holding from your day. Just relaxing down the jaw. And if you feel comfortable to do so, then just closing down your eyes. This is just your invitation to take a step inward, to really journey inward, and just observe how you're feeling today in this moment, without any judgment and without the need to change. Just noticing how your body is feeling, how your breath is feeling. And when we invite forward this concept of happiness, what does it mean to you to be happy? What does it look like to you? What does it feel like in your body? So just invite all of that forward, that feeling of happiness, what it looks like, what it is you're doing. Just understand what that version of happiness looks like to you. Now, as you've got all of these sensations and these feelings, I'm just going to ask you, if nobody else could see, would your happiness still look the same? Would your pursuit of happiness still look the same? You know, this is a really good question to journey in and just to check whether the pursuit of our happiness is in alignment with what it is that we want. And it's not something to keep up expectations or social judgments or anything like that. This is your authentic journey to happiness. And just connecting to your breath. And just honoring this gratitude for actually taking time for your own well-being and journey of discovery. And just offering up an intention for today's session. And when you're ready, you can just come back into the space. So we've already started opening up this conversation of what happiness means to us. And the question of, would it look the same if nobody else could see, is a really powerful process of inquiry, because it helps us to actually check our own motives behind seeking out something, making sure that it's because that we actually want it, not because we're trying to uphold an image or keep people happy or anything like that. It's a true journey for us. Now, those of you that are on the chat, I just want to open up the chat box, and I'd be really curious to see what it is that you feel that keeps you from stepping into this space of happiness. If you could just share in a couple of words in the chat box, because I'm going to be doing something with these words later in a way that we can kind of really release them and let them go. So if you feel comfortable to share in the chat box, then just open that up and let us know what those things might be that prevent you from happiness. Is it self-doubt? Is it expectation? Is it the pressure of life or the overwhelm? Okay, I see you, Grace. Thank you for sharing. I know for one that personally, I can really get in my own way of happiness. Lack of income, I see you. Being a woman, it's hard. Okay, overworked and underpaid. Overwhelm, guilt, pressure. Lovely. Keep these coming, guys. It's really good to connect with you and to really sort of step into this raw and realness. Self-sabotage. Yeah, that's definitely one I've battled with before in terms of my own happiness. I see you. Thank you for sharing these. And those of you that want to, then please do so, because this will just be an invitation for us to maybe see how it is that we can really loosen our grapple with the things that stand in our way. Okay, definitely overwhelmed with all the changes happening all at once. I can't keep up. I echo that feeling there. Yes, there's certainly the only constant in life is change, and they've been coming thick and fast at the moment, and this world that we're living in, it can certainly create like this pressure cooker environment. So this journey today will help to just realign, recenter, and to really sort of get this sort of fresh perspective on how we can take the reins with our own happiness. Lovely. Okay. And if you feel called to share later on, then please feel free to do so. So with that, I'm going to now guide you through your journey, our vision journey, and this is best received laying down. So get somewhere comfortable, get really cozy. If you've got the option to do, then put some headphones in just so you can get really immersed in the experience and I can guide you through this journey. Now, in this vision journey, just as you're getting yourself comfortable and getting your blankets ready, this vision journey, I'm going to guide you into your inner world, and I'm going to take you forward to do two different outcomes in the future. We're going to travel forward in time, both at the same point, but one outcome, you don't feel happy about your future because you haven't honored your authentic self. And then we're going to travel forward to the same time in the future, but where you are happy because you have honored your true self and your authenticity. And the benefit of seeing both of these things means that we can really tap into and understand the steps that we take to either radically own our own happiness, or maybe to shy away from the responsibility of where we can take the reins of cultivating the life that we really want. So I hope you're all comfy now and you're getting ready in your stations, and I will be guiding us through. So just allowing yourself now to get comfortable, just to move around, just to find that really sweet spot where you can know that you can just journey and surrender to this moment. And if you feel comfortable to do so, then just closing down the eyes and tuning into your breath. Just this natural ebb and flow of your breath. And this is the thing that quite often goes unnoticed. So just tuning in now with presence, with awareness, just really honoring how it is that you feel in this moment. And just begin to really allow your body to soften. Allow your mind to empty what it no longer needs. And just knowing that for the next 30 minutes or so, there's absolutely nothing you need to do other than just relax. Just relax and listen to the sound of my voice. And allow my voice just to guide you to this space deep within you. In this place where you can really tap into your infinite wisdom. So just beginning this process of relaxation. And I'm inviting you just to lengthen and deepen your breath. And really invite in that oxygen and that air right down deep into your belly. Breathing deep into the diaphragm, allowing your belly to rise and to fall with each breath. And as you're breathing in, just imagine taking in this calmness, relaxation, and happiness. And as you breathe out, just releasing, letting go, and shedding anything that isn't serving you. And maybe just extending these breaths for as long as feels comfortable for you. Knowing that when you extend your breaths, this is the signal to your body that it's time to relax. It's time to rest. So maybe just extending your breaths to the mental count of 6 or 8, inhaling and exhaling. And just noticing how relaxed you become with each breath in and each breath out. And just continuing that cycle for a couple of rounds. Feeling your body start to relax and just sink into the surface beneath you. And then bringing your awareness now as we do a scan over your body, but just taking them down towards your feet and inviting in this calmness and relaxation and warmth, allowing it to float in through the bottom of your feet, expanding into the ankles, into your calves, relaxing, releasing, letting go. And then traveling on up into your upper legs and feeling both the right and the left leg just relaxed, feeling them really sink and surrender into the surface beneath you. Expanding now on up into the pelvic area, into your stomach, your lower back, releasing, letting go, relaxing. And then inviting that feeling just to travel on up. And just noticing any tension that you're holding in the body, anything that you need to let go of, just allowing it to release as you bring this awareness to the part of your body. Traveling on up now into your chest, your upper back, and into your shoulders. Now, this is where we tend to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. So whatever it is you're carrying today, whatever it is that's weighing you down, you can just invite that to leave. Just invite that to go. Then letting that expand into both of your arms, right down into the palms of your hands and the very tips of your fingers. And then moving on up into your head and just relaxing the jaw. Just allowing the cheeks to be smooth and flat. Releasing any tension from the temples and the forehead. And just as you have seeing eyes with eyelids that are comfortably closed right now, you've also got an eye in your thinking mind with an eyelid that can close. And your seeing eyes have been comfortably closed for some time. So you can now begin to very gently and very slowly just bring this eye to a close in your thinking mind. And as you do, you're just gradually closing out any unwanted thoughts, bringing it to a close and shutting out any unwanted distractions, closing more and more. until eventually this eye in your thinking mind closes completely, and nothing can interfere with how relaxed you are feeling. And as you close this eye in your thinking mind, you become deeply connected to your powerful inner wisdom, this part of you that will take you on a journey today. So just say to yourself, I surrender to this process. And just give yourself permission to go on this vision journey to discover your future. And I want you to imagine a time and a spaceship. Just imagine it to be any form that you choose. And this device can take you to a place in the future. Just imagine what it's like. Just imagine sitting in that plush seat. And you can see 3 controls. You've got a dial to set the time to where you are going to. So just think about how far forward in the future you would like to go. Maybe a year from now, maybe 5 years, or maybe much further forward in the future. It could be a date or an age. Just allow your intuition to guide you here. And you've also got a lever that you can put in the upward position if you're going to the future feeling good about your life because you've honored your authenticity. Or the lever can go down, taking you to that point in the future where you feel sad about your life because you haven't honored your true self. And then the third control is the go button. So just visualizing that all now. And once you have set your dial of what time period you would like to go to in the future, just putting this to the downward position. Let's get the unhappy future done and out the way first. And then when you're ready, press the go. And imagine yourself just peeling through the layers of the sky, traveling through the clouds, and you're seeing Earth getting smaller and smaller, traveling. And you're going off the face of the Earth to this place where we are beyond time and space, where the dimension of past, present, and future are all one, beyond the tyranny of time. So just rest there for a moment and just notice how it feels. And then when you're ready, just pointing your time and your spaceship back towards the Earth. And you're now heading to this point in the future that you've set your dial to. And when you're ready, press go. Slowly traveling, and the Earth is becoming bigger and bigger. And you're heading towards that point in the future. This is the point where actually you're not very happy and you haven't honored your true self. So the Earth is getting larger and larger. And finally you land. So just spend a moment here, just adjusting. And then when you're ready, you can get out and have a look around. What does this life of yours look like? Notice what you see. Notice what you're wearing. Really notice how you feel. And ask yourself, what is my bad feeling? And it doesn't mean what is the feeling about necessarily, but what is the feeling itself? And once you've got that feeling, ask yourself, what's at the heart of it? What do I feel so bad about? And just look at your life since you set out on this journey, looking at all of those steps that you took that led to this life where you feel unhappy and unfulfilled. What happened along this visioning journey? What is the most important thing you did to get to that point? And just look specifically at your relationships with others. Look at your creativity, what it is you're doing, your relationship with yourself, and your attitude towards life. Just notice what you feel about each of these. And notice how you got yourself there. And most importantly, if you could send a message back to the person you were when you set out on this journey, the person that we'll call your present self. And if you had to tell them the recipe for you ending up feeling so sad and not like your authentic self, what would you say? What would the future you say? Would they say that you didn't believe in yourself? Would they say that you didn't follow your heart? Would they say that you didn't take the risks? What would they say? And just allow your future self to impart that wisdom, and letting the present self know the recipe of how it ended up to be so. And remember, you're seeing this experience, but you do not have to have it. And tell yourself that. I have seen it, and I don't have to have it. So when you've seen as much as you need to, and you've sent your message back to your present self, it's time to get out of there. So just journey back into your big comfortable seat within your time and spaceship. Feel the comfort of that chair, and then press the go button and get out of there. And head back to that space beyond the tyranny of time, where past, present, and future are all one. And rest there and have a big breath and reflect on that experience. And just imagine taking a shower washing off all of that energy from that experience, cleansing yourself so you don't take that into the next journey. And as you do so, just reflecting on all that you've learned, reflecting on the recipe that created that. And now it's time to journey to the future where you feel happy and content with your life because you have honored your true self. So just point that time and spaceship back towards the earth, but this time the lever is going in the upward position, and you can see the time in the future where you feel good about your life and you feel happy. When you're ready, you can press the go button and just go towards the earth at that time in the future, in the same distance in the future. But now you're feeling happier because you have honored your authentic self, and the earth is becoming larger and larger. And finally, you land. So just spend a moment there in your chair before you journey out. And just have a moment. And then when you're ready, you can get out and have a look around. And instantly really feel that difference and that shift. And what's different? Notice how you feel, how you carry yourself. Notice how it is that you walk, what you're wearing, all these subtle things that can really display the authenticity of this future path. And now ask yourself, what is my good feeling? What's at the heart of it? And what do I feel best about? What about it makes me feel happy? And look back over that path and ask yourself, what is the most important thing that I did to make this life to happiness happen? This path to my authenticity. Now begin to look specifically at different areas of your life. How you're setting your boundaries, how you take care of yourself, how you express yourself and speak your truth. Looking at your relationship with others. More importantly, looking at the relationship you have with yourself. What is it that you do? What are your daily habits? What are the small things that have led to this big shift? So take your time here and really become specific as possible, because as much detail as you can imagine right here, the better. The more you can understand the steps that you need to take radical responsibility of your life. And just noticing the steps that you've taken, how do they differ from the first path that led to you feeling unhappy? Being specific, as it will act as more of a guide for the best way forward in your life. And just noticing who's in your life, what is it you do to take care of yourself, all of those sorts of things. And just noticing specifically how it's different from the first future. And then the big question now is, what did you do differently? What were the steps that you take? What was the attitude shift that you had to get you here? And just absorbing all you need to from this moment, taking as much wisdom to help you to integrate that into your life moving forward. And once you have seen all that you need to do, it's time to journey back. So just moving back into your time and your spaceship with all of this knowledge and all of this wisdom. And just press the go button, traveling off the face of the earth and going back to the dimension where past, present, and future are all one. And just spend some time reflecting on both futures and what you've learned. And then keeping the lever in the upward position. It's now time to set the dial to the present time. And when you're ready, you can hit the go button and journey back to the present, where you feel good about your life right now. And land and get out of your time and spaceship, journeying back into your body, into the room. Just noticing what is good about your life right now. And can you recognize the part of you that wants the first future? Can you recognize the part of you that wants the second future? And which future is it that you choose? Are you willing to do what you have to do to get there, even if it's daunting? And do you know what it is you need to do? So just thank your future self for their help in this vision quest. And know that your future self can always act as an advisor, giving you insight and wisdom as the paths that you need to take. And when you're ready, just enjoying the space just for a little moment longer. And I'm just going to slowly guide you back into this room, into this awareness. So just becoming of your body awareness and resting here. Just coming back into your breath, guiding all your awareness to your breath. Giving your fingers and toes a little wriggle, just to bring that movement back into the body. Taking a nice big deep breath in and releasing. And then when you're ready, you can very gently, very slowly, just begin to open up your eyes. And if you need to take a big stretch, just to move your body around, Now, as you're just guiding yourself back into this space, I just invite you now to take your journal and to take your pen. And just for the last remaining part of this session, just to dedicate this protected time and put pen to paper. And you can start to write a letter from your future self, the version of your future self that was happy. So you can put the year that you're writing from, that date in the future, and addressing it to you, the present you that's listening to me right now. And write this letter from your future self and really put as much detail as possible about how it was that you got to that space, what it is you need to do, what you need to honor, how much you need to be unapologetic about shining your light into this world and fearlessly pursue that happiness. So just take some moments now just to have this time, just to put some words to the paper. And as you're doing so, I am going to just write down some of the things that have held you back from stepping into your happiness. And at the end, when we come together and you finish writing your words, I'm going to release them in just a little fire ritual, which I usually do in my gatherings. So if you've got anything else that you want to put in the chat now of something you want to release, then you're welcome to do so, and I'll add that to the list as well. But for the rest of you, just take this time just to make some notes over how it is that you can step into your happy future. Lovely.
Hi, Hannah.
Hi. So
everyone's gone shy now.
Oh, have they? That's fine. So I'm just going to conclude our session before I hand over to the lovely Kelly and you go into more wonderful happiness. So this is a really powerful practice which you can do when you want to release and let anything go. Just write it all down and then you can just burn it and release it and let all of those emotions go. So the ones that we have here are prejudice, lack of income, being a woman, inner conflict, dysfunctional relationships, mental health, inner conflict, doubt, judgment. I hear you all. There's so much there that we are ready to let go of. So we come before all of you this evening just to release all of these things that still hold you back from stepping into your own happiness and your power. So just gazing onto the fire and releasing all of that. The close of our session.
Hannah, you are amazing. You're such a mesmerizing person to watch. I love it when people interact too, because it just shows that, you know, as a community, everybody feels the same stresses and conflictions. And Hannah, I'm going to put your details into the chat bar as well, so that if anyone wants to contact you at a later date, they can do so directly. And I'm going to thank you so much. We will be uploading recordings onto our YouTube channel as well, so that if anyone wants to watch at a later date, you can get a bit more of Hannah.
Amazing. Lots of love. It's been a joy.
Lots of love coming in for you in the chat, Hannah. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye. I just want to take a minute, guys, to let you know a little bit more about what Pineapple Support offers as well. If you want to be a real part of our community, we also have an option called Pineapples United, which you can find on our website. You can, if you wanted to sign up, you can do on sort of 4 different levels, all fruit related, which, you know, we have to, being pineapples as it is. But if you start, there's a level of, say, $15 a month. And if you wanted to donate on a monthly basis, you can then become a part of our community, in which you will be allowed to come onto our board meetings and interact with the board members and really have your say and input in how you think Pineapple should go forward.